Hi. I was just dancing. I didn't see you there. Just gonna get hop on started to doing some art today. Photoshop. Boop. Nope. Resolution 300 DPI. And actually, no. Let's do 1000 tall first, and then like 800. Wait, no, 1000 tall, and then 800 width. 800. Start with that. Cool. And then we can. Hello! Greetings, traveler! Ha 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 ha! Welcome! I'm just doing some cozy art today. Welcome to the cozy stream. Definitely needed to relax after the stream from a couple days ago. Feel a lot better now. Woo! I'm gonna try to get into doing 2 streams per week. So right now I'm doing Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see how that goes. Because Aki wants to do Thursdays and Sundays, I think, based on her schedule. Through 300 DPI, please. There we go. Now we got a nice big in canvas here to work with. Oh, excuse me, sir. And let's see, it kind of, also Twitch tells me I have more emote slots already, which is friggin' dope. So I'll be getting more emotes ready here real quickly. I already have a couple that are pending approval by Twitch right now. I don't know why their approval is taking so long, because I made a Halloween specific emote and uploaded it to Twitch a couple days ago, and I'm still waiting for them to upload it. So tired, babies are draining. Yeah, I can attest working with kids is extremely exhausting. I've had multiple babysitting jobs. I've had other jobs relating to taking care of small ones. They are exhausting, but such a treasure now, aren't they? Hi, Cyril, welcome. I actually just started this time. Wowie. Welcome in. Ni hao, greetings. Ha 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 ha. It's the one thing I learned from Duolingo. Might be. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just doing a chill art stream today. Today I'm gonna be, I didn't put it in the title because I'm silly. I'm drawing Owl House characters today. Just because I want some art ready for buttons. I don't know when I'll be available to do Artist Alley next, but I want to be able to have a bunch of buttons available. And as it happens, Owl House has a crap ton of characters that I adore. So that's gonna be a lot. Opacity, turn that down, there we go. And I'm gonna do basically sketches of all the characters first and then adjust from there. I'm not gonna do like a sketch and then liner and then color, etc. I think I want to do a bunch of sketches of a bunch of them first. So I'm starting with loose. And I'm also going to be drawing these characters from memory first. And then I will look up references to make sure I have them correct. Part of why I like doing it that way is because that'll force the character to be a lot more in my art style. Even though the thing about my art is that I'm really good at mimicking art styles. Which is sometimes regretty in my opinion. Like my Gravity Falls buttons I did look way too much like the original art style, and I kind of wish it was more unique. I wish it was more my art style. I'm on my way to school. Hope you have fun and good luck. Okay, have fun at school. I know school can be exhausting, but good luck to you, friend. Yee. Have fun with your cute fingernails, because I saw you painting them the other day on stream. They were super cute. It's like, man, maybe I should paint my fingernails different colors. I'm like black, 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 black. But maybe I should do like fun candy colors. Let's try recalibrating. There we go. Oh, too much recalibration. Let's try over there. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. I'm so peaky. Heart, 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 heart. Okay, loose. She's got big eyes. Oh, that's kind of weird. And then she's got the big round ear, because she a human. I've been rewatching Owl House again and again, and I freaking love Owl House so much. I rewatched it again all the way through from the beginning a few weeks ago, and I'm rewatching Owl House again, but like in a different language per episode. So I've been learning a lot about random languages, like, oh, this one says knee. I think it's, what was it, Norwegian? Where they pronounce the word knee as in the body part as knee, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, wait, there's a language that actually pronounces it that way? And I'll rewound it, and I'm like, did they seriously just say knee? And I rewound it, and it's like, yeah, they say knee. And then they say it again because they're talking about the location on the Boiling Isles, because the Boiling Isles is made out of a giant titan, where they can say, oh, yeah, I found these by the toes. I found this town is over by the hand. The sacred area is the skull, you know, like the whole island is the remains of a giant titan. Deep lore. And which is friggin' cool and metal as heck. Oh, Luce, you're so cute. Whoops. Yeah, I'll leave it. This is just a sketch. Okay, does she have the... Does the other swoopy hair go this way? I don't remember. And anyway, so they say knee multiple times because they're talking about the body part. That's like the location on the Boiling Isles that they're on. They're like, oh yes, we're doing magic training on the knee. And I'm like, I guess they just pronounce it that way. Okay, so here's the thing I get to decide is, do I want to do like ending season 2 versions of all the characters? I think I kind of do, but I don't really want to draw Luce's varsity jacket. I would rather just do her normal hoodie. And I also kind of wanted to draw her with her hood up for this, and so I'm still kind of deciding that. Also deciding what to do with her arms here. Because I was thinking of like doing the thing where she's like meow meow with her hands, and she's got the cat hood ears going on, like barrel. And just here's my rough sketch of it. But I also want her round ear to be showing, so I'm like, not really sure. And then what do I want her to do with her hands? For some reason I feel like I want her to do like this thing with her hands. Like, for some reason I keep wanting to draw this pose, but that seems a little boring. Loose. I also could have her holding Albert. So here's Albert. So she'd be like, I don't know. Maybe she's holding Albert. I don't know. I haven't decided. But yeah, I think I definitely want her to be in her normal hoodie because that's just the thing I want to draw. Oh, OBS, what are you doing? I just really like Luce's design. It's such a good design. She's such a good character. She's such a great protagonist. My gosh. Is it so hard to make a protagonist that's this like down to earth and funny and unique and feels like a person rather than like, oh, I'm just a normal ordinary kid and I got isekai'd. Like, that's kind of what happened, and she does refer to herself as ordinary teen, and I'm like, no. You're so much better than that, Luce. That's why I adore you. Let's chuck you over here. And then let's see how big this is at 100%. Actual pixels. Yeah, that's probably big enough. Luce, you looking so cute. Come on. Luce. Okay, there's the one for Luce. There's my rough sketch for Luce. I'm gonna go on to the next one. Come on, Photoshop. Photoshop. Do the thing. You're so picky about this Photoshop. Please, baby, try to listen. There we go. Ida. Definitely gonna do season 2 Ida dress, because I love her new dress. Too big. I need to make her relatively smaller because I gotta have room for her big hair. Oh, those... that might be too big. I just like drawing big thunder hips on my characters. Ida is like way too skinny IMO. Redoing that. There we go. That makes me feel a little better. It's like I don't have to make it on model. In fact, that's kind of the point of what I'm doing right now is I'm intentionally not looking at the reference photos of the characters because I want to make it in my own style as much as possible, but I'm like replicating the art style. I'm not doing it in my art style, but I want it to be clearly unique. Eraser brush needs to be way bigger. Way bigger, way bigger. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. I'm being so picky about this. I'm being so picky about a body part nobody will see. Hashtag just notice things. Oh. How does Ida's face look? I have to remember what her face... Okay, she's got a pointy... Oh, it's not like that at all. I got this way wrong. No reference images, no reference. Okay, we're gonna zoom into this one. Okay, how does her nose look? Okay. First, give her a big pointy ear. Or she is a bitch. Okay, so pointy chin. I'm pretty sure, like, the contours of her face are actually, like, quite smooth. Which is not my style. But I'll probably make it my style anyway. What does her nose look like? Is it pointy? I don't remember. I don't remember what her nose looks like. Oh, golly. I knew Ida was going to be difficult. And this is my style happening. This is not the Owl House style. This is my style completely coming out here. Little Fang. This looks completely incorrect. Yay. This needs to be a lot higher. Whoa. I made her ear huge. Okay. But that's what digital art is for, correcting your mistakes very easily. And I should save this. My art folder. There we go. I feel so boring when I keep drawing characters with hands on their hips, but that's just a good pose. Yo! Whoa, what up with that? Holy crap, with the 7 party members. Yo! Hi, welcome in, everybody. My name is AstroGoth, aka Vicky Violet. I'm an artist, and I do wholesome art things, and I'm a variety streamer, and I like memes. Welcome to Meme Town. If you're a lover of memes, you're in the right place. Aw, thank you! Hello there, my sweet summer child. Sarsaparilla lemon drop, perfect! Ah, thank you, Aki! Welcome in, you guys! Welcome, 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 welcome. I don't... I'm just so flustered because you guys are so nice. Hi. But welcome to the stream. I'm just doing some chill art today. But I do play a variety of Blidio Blames, usually Nintendo and indie games. You're all little pack champs. Yes, you are. You better guarantee a little sarsaparilla, baby honey. But hi. I'm just doing some art. I'm drawing Owl House characters today. Poggers. You guys, if you play with it enough, you'll find that I added a bunch of really, really stupid things to Nightbot. Yes, so I'm doing Owl House characters right now. Okay, so let me put this away. Here's my first drawing. Here's my loose. I haven't decided what I'm completely doing here. Thank you so much for the follow. Yes. Poggies, nya. Looks like we got some poggies up in this biz. Thank you very much. Here's my loose. I'm still deciding her pose. And then over here is my Ida, which is going horribly because I'm not using a reference, but that's kind of the point. Oh yeah, I changed my follow gif, and I changed my my new subscriber gif. I changed those out for something a little bit more suitable for my channel. Thank you very much. So that's my new follow gif. As much as everybody loved the Linkara running at you, I'm like, yeah, he's following you. Obviously. He's coming at you. But no, I was like, it's time for an update. And yeah, it's my cute little, my favorite ghost type Pokemon with loves and hearts. Yaws. Sorry, I get distracted by Glitzville very easily. Paper Mario is based. Anyway, so what I'm doing today is I'm drawing Owl House characters.
My special mixtape will get you going.
If you need further proof that I like memes, look no further than spending your channel points on whatever the heck I have in there. You get to find out. So today I'm drawing Owl House characters, but without a reference, because I'm trying to make them as much in my art style as possible. So Luce came out great. Obviously I'm not done with Luce. I'm still just like, I can still change her arm pose and stuff. I'm like not sure what I want going on here. But McFrickin' Ida, I just got started on drawing Ida, and I'm like,
Others.
Oh man. I don't know how to draw Ida. But I'm intentionally not using a reference because I want it to be in my art style as much as possible, because the designs I did for Mabel and Dipper, and actually that goes for like Ford and Grunkle Stan as well, because I did those for my art studio as well. Those just came out too much like in the original Gravity Falls art style, and none of my style was like left. Because I'm really good at replicating cartoon styles, and I shouldn't be.
Game!
Thank you. Everybody hydrate. It's hydrate time. Make sure you're hydrating. Where's my hydrate emote? There it is. Hydrate. OMG, are these for buttons? Yes! These are for buttons, Aki. And, yeah, so I'm trying to draw them in my art style, but Ida is really giving me trouble right now. That was a huge noise. What was that? Was it my neighbor? Did you rig your model as well? Yes. I use VRoid Studio, and I make my models completely myself, because I'm an artist and I know what I'm doing. And then Aki Swamp Witch over here, I also make her models. Yes. Does coffee count as a hydrate? Sure. I mean, I don't know much about coffee. Like, is it like soda where it actually dehydrates you? I don't know. But go ahead, grab whatever beverage you got near you and chug a lug lug. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're hydrating your flesh vessel. It's very good for you. And in this house, we hydrate. Coffee this late in the day? I mean, don't look at me. I don't drink coffee. I don't know nothing about coffee. Sorry. It's like, to each your own. You know, I expect you to have mature adult decisions and know how to take care of yourself. But, you know, sometimes you need a reminder to hydrate. Because in this house, we take care of our flesh vessel. It's very important because in this house, we're very into mental health awareness and positivity and stuff. And sometimes the best way and easiest way to take care of your mental health is to take care of your physical health. And the easiest possible thing you can be doing is hydrating. So that's why we hydrate in this house. Actually, coffee itself is dehydrating, but the water in it actually makes it so it doesn't. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, carbonated soda has, you know, water in it technically, but it is like still pretty dehydrating. I don't know why people like soda. I don't like soda either. Call me a McFrickin' weirdo, but honestly, what did you expect? You came to a little streamer with purple hair and a pumpkin on their head. What did you expect, honestly, you silly goof drops? I'm not the hydration police, though. I'm the hydration police. I'll make sure you hydrate. Oh, speaking of hydrating. Okay, so so I was trying to clean out my PC earlier, and I was using what I thought, I think it is, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using what I assume to be a can of compressed air, and I didn't test it outside of my PC first. A bunch of liquid came out, right onto my graphics card. Anyway, so I had to clean that up. I'm using my PC right now, so it's probably fine. Worrying that you aren't sure what it was. So, okay, hang on. I have the box right here. Fresh FXTM, professional strength, vent and duct cleaner, odor neutralizer, tranquil skies. It's advertised for specifically the air vents in a vehicle and nothing else. And I sprayed it a bunch into the sink to try to get rid of excess liquid, which got rid of like the foamy liquid part. And I sprayed it a bunch and a bunch and a bunch, and like the foaminess went down a bunch, but foam still comes out of it. Like foamy liquid stuff still comes out of it. So anyway, whatever that is, I got a bunch of that on top of my graphics card earlier. Can't wait till my boyfriend comes in here and finds out what I've done. So yeah, we might have bought the wrong thing from the store, but in the meantime, if it's for vents, go ahead and use it for the vents in your car, Aki. I mean, what else are we gonna use it for if not my poor PC who needs a dusting? Because I was trying to get a can of compressed air. Oh my gosh. Hydrate. So I'm pretty sure my PC's fine. Pretty sure my graphics card is hunky-dory. Oh my gosh. This is where my day started with that. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I was still in the middle of cleaning up my PC last night. This sounds entirely like my fault. I mean, I also didn't check. I was like, oh yeah, this looks like a can of compressed air. This looks exactly what it's supposed to be. And I'm the idiot who didn't test it anywhere else except right onto my computer components. Oops. At least I didn't do it on like the bottom of the PC case or on the CPU, because that would have been bad. I think it was actually better that it was on the graphics card there, because there's no crevices to have the liquid fall down into. I cringe. I guarantee no one will cringe more than my BF when he comes in here and I get to tell him what happened. Big yikes. Big yikes. That's where we're at today, folks. He will. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, let's share the blame. Oh, baby. Oh, how do I draw Ida? Oh wait, no, she doesn't have a sideburn like that. It's this big frickin' thing over here. Yeah, there we go. This is an unfortunate turn of events. Let me see what here, I got just the thing. There we go.
That was his mistake.
Honestly, your memory of Ida's design is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm drawing this completely from memory, and I'm like, what's her face look like again? This is coming out terrible. McFrickin' Poggers. Never forget Chuck E. Cheese saying Poggers. In case some of you don't know what that is, Chuck E. Cheese has a Twitch channel. Unfortunately, they haven't been active in like a couple years, but they were playing Fall Guys. Which, by the way, this is a Chuck E. Cheese puppet. And I have several questions to how this works, because you need 2 hands to play the game and 2 hands to puppet a literal puppet. So I'm like, that alone is freaking hilarious. So everybody go give Chuck E. Cheese a follow. Even though they haven't been active in 2 years and they probably will never be active again. Burger time. Go get burger. Go feed yourself. Go feed your flesh vessel. Nom nom nom. Burger sounds good. Anyway, so they were playing Fall Guys, and he was playing Fall Guys. I'm gonna say they, because I'm like, there's definitely 2 people there, right? And the chat was nagging them to say poggers, and they had no idea what that meant. And they were like, will I lose my job if I say this? Like, you can just tell that that's what they're thinking. And they eventually did say it, but they're just heavily breathing like, oh gosh, did I just lose my job? Oh gosh, I need food too. Go get food, you sassy sarsaparillas. Gosh dingy darn. Ida, why are you so difficult to draw? This would be easier if I had a reference, but I've been marathoning the show for like the 3rd time. So, I don't want to, do that, and I think I should be plenty capable of doing this without a reference image, because I'm very poggers. I'm very poggers at drawing, you see. Ida, why are you so difficult to draw? I'm gonna finish that line there. Okay, so she's got... Doesn't she have big earrings? Does she have big earrings? I don't remember. I know she's got big rings. And then her new dress goes up like this. And then has the sleeves go down here. I love her season 2 dress so much. She can have big earrings if you want her to have big earrings. No, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm sketching the characters completely from memory to try to get it in my art style as much as possible. Or at least amount of I'm just copying what I see, because I can do that pretty easily. I'm just kind of a good art parrot, so to speak. And I just didn't like how I did that with when I drew the Gravity Falls characters. I just have never been a fan of those drawings. And
yeah, neither.
I don't want to change. Hi, Pyro! Hi! Welcome
Hello.
in!
Hello.
Hi, welcome, broski! Art ditto. And I'm doing Cozy Art Stream. How are you?
Oh, is this one of the characters from Owl House?
Yeah. I feel that, bro. Yeah, I'm just like, I was so picky about the shape of her legs, and I'm like, she's wearing a dress. You're not gonna see the legs, but I just get picky about my anatomy anyway. On my way home, we'll
You know,
be
if you're drawing, if you're drawing a dress, what's the reason you have to draw legs?
Okay, so that's an interesting question, and it entirely depends, but I am gonna get up. Thanks for the lurk. Pyro from the hit game TF2. Yo!
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it's did you know the Pyro from TF2 has a voice and is also a furry? This is him. Feel old yet?
Right.
Woo! Anyway, what was I saying? I totally forgot. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a quick lesson on drawing and skirts and stuff. Okay, so if you have a character that you're drawing and you're entirely the artist that doesn't understand having the scaffolding under your drawing first, you're gonna be like, okay, here, they have a big dress. And then you draw it like this. And you have no frame of reference if you draw the clothing first, you don't know if you have any of the anatomy correct. You have to do the scaffolding. So it just works better if you're like, yes, here's the body, here's how long the legs are. Oh my gosh, I can't even do a sloppy sketch, right? Okay, here's the body. You have this, what you draw on the body is the scaffolding of your drawing, and then you put clothing on top of it, so that way that you have the anatomy correct. This is super important. I learned this the hard way as a beginner artist. It just frustrated me so much, and I was like, why does this suck? To draw a dress, and then I have no idea if the knees should be showing, or if the knees would be above the top of the skirt. I couldn't. I'm like, where's the anatomy?
Well,
I'm
okay,
confused.
If it's a full-on dress, it'd be be covering up the whole legs. But most of the time, I think it'd be at least covering the knees, but there'd be a little bit of legs.
Yeah, it's just you can't tell. You have to. I'm sorry, but this is how character drawing works. Is you have to draw the character underneath completely first. Eh. 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 You have to draw the character first. Like, that's just how it be. That's how it's gotta go. And Aki says, if you do not draw legs under a dress, I will personally come over and end you. Like, this is pretty important stuff. I'm just like, if you're a beginner artist, here's your first clue. You need to draw the scaffolding. And if you don't know what scaffolding means, that's the thing that they build on buildings to make sure the building is correct. I'm not an engineer, I'm not a builder person, so that probably sounded nonsensical, but you need the framework, you need the structure under the stuff that goes on top for this to work at all. No, that's just a factoid. What do I do with her other arm? Ah! Hydrate. It's hydrate time.
I don't know, it could be like having it on the other side of the waist.
Yeah, I could do like double hipness. I don't know. I just feel so boring constantly drawing characters with like their hands on their hips as if it's like a unique pose, and I'm like, it's not, but it feels right to draw it, I guess. Oh my gosh, hi Sarge! Welcome in! Hi.
Hi Sarge.
Ooh. He's got a... hi. I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody hydrate. I know I just said that, but hydrate again. Just make sure you have some sort of beverage next to you when you're watching my stream, because I'm going to be reminding you to put that in your body. Make sure you chug a lug. You don't bake a cake by just putting frosting on and nothing expecting to hold its shape. Exactly.
Make sure you put that clear, tasteless liquid into your flesh vessel.
I wouldn't say my water is tasteless. I've talked about this on stream numerous times, but I'll talk about it again. The water at my new house has a flavor, and it is sweet, and sometimes when it comes out of the faucet, it is foggy and bubbly and fizzy, and I'm like, ew. I get to live with that for the next year, at least, because I live here now.
You have like a water filter?
We have a water softener. The water in the house is yeah, it just came with the house, and I guess the upstairs neighbors like it. So we live in a basement of a house with the upstairs is owned and lived by someone else. Hashtag drank. How about...
Yeah, don't drink that faucet
how about
water.
Drink? Yeah. There you go. Whoa. Oh, that's why my badge is yellow, because I'm on my second month of being an affiliate. My badge color is only going to keep changing over the months. Oh, so yeah, my little skull badges are just little skulls, but a different color for each additional like month tier. And then it's got the little stars on it. That's like the flair for like if you're like a 2-tier or a 3-tier, etc. But I'm just like, wait, my badge is yellow, not lavender anymore. Oh, I figured it out. So my badge color is only just going to keep changing until eventually it hits the final color, which I don't remember what I made it. I think I made it dark purple. So you're sub to yourself. Yeah, technically it's weird, but that's how it counts. I wasn't expecting the color to change, but now it's going to change. So yellow is 2-month sub, and now I have a yellow badge, a yellow skull badge on mine. So first one is lavender. Woo. I see you have a skull badge too. When did you sub? Unless you already followed me and you got one of the gift subs from Beastbird. That's a distinct possibility, because he kept gifting subs like a maniac. Oh my goodness.
What a waste of money, am I right?
Oh, what a digital dummy. No, well, what I found out, I'm not going to tell this to him directly, because I don't want to, like, encourage him to get me gift subs willy-nilly. I'm just like, that's up to you, man. But apparently me getting so many points of getting subs increases the likelihood I will get... Oh, no skull for me. Well, you have a first badge, which is supposed to be a skull, but it says first, so sorry about that. Maybe eventually you'll have a skull. I don't know. But yeah,
I wonder who's typing for Nightbot.
What?
I wonder who's typing for Nightbot, because it says nay.
Nightbot is typing for itself. I programmed Nightbot with a bunch of very stupid things. So certain things people might type will make Nightbot respond. I have a lot. I made a lot of really stupid ones on purpose. Drawing my next character here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so getting so many subscriber points on my channel will increase the number of emote slots I get. And as it is already, I have more emote slots. So people who are already subbed, you should have access to a couple more emotes now. So go ahead and check. Nightbot be nightin'. I can't draw perfect circles, but that's what Photoshop is for. Drawing this character from memory as well. I mean, that's gonna be all of them. I'm just drawing Owl House characters from memory. And yes, I mean, Anki already asked this earlier, but yeah, these are gonna be for buttons. Okay. He's got a big round head.
I like how Twitch identifies art as if it's a game. Playing art.
I'm currently playing art. Did you know? You better believe
Come on,
I am.
Twitch. It's not a game. It's
Art is a game.
Art's not a game. It's
an activity.
You could be doing art.
I am doing art. Yeah, I don't know why they don't bother like changing it, because like art is such a popular category of like, why not just, you know, update that so it knows. But nah, they don't bother. Okay, so his eyes are like inward. Oh, now he looks so cute. Oh, kingy wingy. Oh, he looks so derpy. And then does his skull have a point like this? I don't remember. Like, I'll fix details after I look at references, but to begin with, I'm gonna do it completely reference-free. Guaranteed! And then he's got like a... And then it... Does the square teeth at the front? Hang on. I think the square teeth are at the front.
Don't forget about the horns.
Yeah, I'll get to the horns. I'm trying to get his skull shape here. Okay, so I think he has the two square teeth at the front. I might have that wrong. Supersonic racing. There we go. That also looks incorrect. I'll figure it out. Okay, give him more of a round head. Give him a big round head. And we're also doing season 2 version. Imagine Raymond dressed up like a witch from the Owl House. Like in the uniform? Like, if we were to do, like, say... Oh, that looks terrible. More of a round head. Big, tall ears for Raymond. And then he's got glasses, because he's the Mogane cat. And then he's got the little, let's see, I'm gonna do it like this, because I'm picky. There we go. There's his little capelet. There's Raymond in a school uniform. Okay, actually...
Yeah, something like that, but I'm wondering which Coven he would be in.
Okay, so, what class at Hexside would Raymond be studying? That's what we get to figure out. There we go. Yeah, something like that, but I'm wondering which haha coven he would be in. So, what coven? Now you guys get to decide what coven Raymond would be in. That'd be very cute. Joo, 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 joo. I'm gonna shrink this a bit. Just a little bit. Bless you. Whatever that was.
It was a cough, but okay.
Okay. Hey, society, what do I say for coughs? Cause
You say cough you.
Cough you? That sounds rude.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cough you. Unbelievable. No, wrong tool. Excuse me, sir. There we go. Oh. And then we got little... Yeah, it's season 2 king. And then he's got these big fluffy tufts on his cheeks. Before it goes into his collar, which he keeps, which is adorable. You get the collar because, I don't know, that's what you do with pets.
You collar them?
GG, Ida. That's what you do when you get a pet. You give them a collar. Ida's words, not mine. The Koroks sing. Yeah. I've never watched Owl House, but this is my favorite character. King is best boy. No doubt about that. He's such a good boy. Anyway, everybody go watch Owl House if you haven't watched Owl House yet. You can either, if you have Disney Plus or you have a family member who has Disney Plus and you can steal their password, go do that. Or if you want to go Yar Har Fiddle-Dee-Dee, being a pirate is alright with me, I support that too. So does Alex Hirsch, creator of Gravity Falls, and so does Donna Terrace, the creator of Owl House. So, which coven is Raymond in? This question is vexing me because there's no coven that's very business or math based. For a refresher, I'm gonna look up the list of covens. The Owl House covens. My Firefox is being very silly. Oh, come on. The Owl House covens. Thank you. Images. You know what? This is a pretty ugly chart, but I'll get it out anyway. Let's see. Well, no. There we go. Okay, so for reference, because I've been trying to decide like which one I would be, we don't know very much about the Oracle Coven, but I feel like I would be into the Oracle Coven. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, look deep inside yourself, Vicky. Is it because it's purple? And I'm like, well, probably not. Please don't bully me, inner Vicky, please. Let's see. So looking into it and thinking about Raymond's personality, I'm going to narrow it down to something like the Prose Coven, or maybe the Stylist Coven, due to his willingness to do any fashion styles, lol. That's true. Technically, when the episode where they first talk about covens, they're like, you could do the cake coven, or the tiny cake coven, or the blah 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 coven, just completely useless things, and then they draw your attention to like the main 9, plus the Emperor's Coven, so because... Which makes no sense, by the way. They're like, oh yes, it's the Titan's will that you should not mix magic. That's called wild magic, and the Titan doesn't like that. That's bad. But if you join the Emperor's Coven, the elite squad that works for the Emperor, you get access to all 9 magic types. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. I'm just like, people in the Emperor's Coven, if you have access to all 9 magic types, that means you can commit wild magic, can't you? Doesn't that mean by default you can do wild magic that the Emperor doesn't like you doing? I'm so confused by this. Does the beast-keeping one let you befriend dragons? I'm gonna say yes. I can see Raymond also doing potions. Yeah, I feel like potions is such a good, like, default one. Also, I gotta point this out real quick, because it's been on my mind lately as I've been rewatching Owl House for, like, the 3rd time.
I mean, look.
Yeah, what's up? Dragons!
You can also, like, have Raymond do, like, construction, too, because that involves maths.
Yeah, oh, you know what? Construction would be good, man. I'm leaning towards Oracle, Abomination, or Bard. Smug villagers are just so showy. Yes, this is true. So, little thing I gotta point out, and I kind of appreciate this, is, like, the character Gus is such a support character, and they didn't give him healing. They gave him illusions. I think that's really interesting, that he's just, like, everything about him is a big support character, and they didn't give the support character healing. In fact, like, almost none of the main characters have healing. Emira has healing a little bit, but that's, like, it. So I think that's really interesting that they went that direction. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. I'll go back over here. Go back to drawing my boy King.
Are these just gonna be sketches?
I'm starting out with sketches, and then I'm gonna, like, decide what I want to do to make them better after I'm done doing all the sketches. So I'm drawing, like, as many Owl House characters as I can in this stream. Because I want to have Owl House buttons available for next time we do Artist Alley. And I'm just so fixated on Owl House right now, because I'm rewatching it again and again and again and again. I really, really like it. Let's make this a little dippy. And then, yeah, I want to have buttons available, but there's just so many freaking characters that I'm like, oh, I better get started. Because I would be... Like, first of all, I've seen little to nothing for Owl House at other conventions I've gone to, where, like, I go to the Artist Alley, and they've got, like... You know, I was like, oh, it's a Demon Slayer for the millionth time or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, alright. But, like, none of them have Owl House. And I'm like, well, that might as well be me. And also, on the off chance they do have Owl House, they'll probably have, like, Luce and Amity, and then... that's probably it. Like, they don't really have much for anything. I want to be able to provide any character people are going to want. I'm going to want to be able to have the Emperor. I want to be able to have Rain Whispers. I want to have all that stuff. Like, let's friggin' go.
I'm adjusting in my seat.
Well, have fun drawing all those 150 plus characters.
I mean, okay. I haven't counted how many characters this is going to be by the end of it, so I don't know. But it's probably not going to be the amount I have for Undertale characters, because as it is, my collection of buttons I have available for Undertale, just Undertale, not Deltarune, Undertale, is like 20. And I think that's not including the Lesser Dog set, which, by the way, for those familiar with Lesser Dog, is the dog that's in the armor with the sword and the shield. And it has a long neck and then is got a popper face at the top. It's a horrible way of drawing it. But my Lesser Dog design I have as buttons, this is 6 buttons. You don't have to buy all 6. You can get like 1 or 3 or something. But the full thing is 6 buttons. And each one has a different background, where like the bottom one is like Snowdin, and then it goes into like Ruins and Huntland and Core and stuff like that, and then the very top one is Surface, which has the implication that the Lesser Dog gets so excited and its neck gets so freaking long that it busts through the barrier and goes to the surface to the human side. Like, it's subtle, but it's there. The cosplays I've seen have been a good clue to popularity. Yeah. So, oh, excuse me, microphone. So the thing about the Owl House characters that I'm not quite certain about is that there's love for Willow, but there's no love for Gus. And I'm like, should I even bother drawing Gus? I don't think anybody cares about Gus, and that's really sad. But as I've been rewatching the series, I have a lot of not nice things to say about Gus anymore. And that's not Gus's fault, that's the writer's fault. They keep making him just this side character that does nothing important. And every once in a while, they'll give him an episode, like the episode where he's the head of the human society, fan club. He's running a human fan club. That episode is okay. And then in season 2, he has actually a good episode where like he becomes friends with Hunter and stuff. And he has like the illusionist stuff, and they talk about mental health and breathing exercises. And that episode is really good. However, that's the peak of what Gus gets, and that's not nearly as good as I'd like it to be overall. And Gus deserves better, and he deserves better from the writers. Because so many of the episodes, I've been watching them and paying attention, bless you. And he, just so many times he is intentionally written out as just this side character, and they're not doing anything with him. Like, on 2 different episode occasions, he has just this character arc where he's obsessed with his literal moral support flags, like cheering flags. So he cheers for characters in the background, and he gets written out in 2 different episodes doing the exact same thing. And it's very bad and dumb. And the writers are not giving Gus what he deserves. Oh yeah, he also has the episode where he goes to the illusionist graveyard. That one's pretty cool. But overall, like, all of the Gus episodes are very mediocre, in my opinion. And I'm just not a fan of that. So that is my 2 cents about Gus. He does not the writers don't give him what he deserves. I don't know what I'm doing with King here anymore. What do his feet look like? They got little clawsies on them, I think. He's got little toesoms. I think they're like his hands, where he's got just the 2 little clawsoms. In episode 1, I noticed this. The design on his hands are slightly different in episode 1. Like they were redeciding how to do his hands. Oh, that looks terrible. Nope, that looks terrible. Yeah, that's the best I can do. Okay, whatever. This is just the sketch version. I'll make it pretty later. I don't even know what his arms are doing. Yeah, I should be drawing these faster because these are just the sketches. I don't need to be too picky. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what King's doing. I'm gonna go on to the next guy. Okay, King. Who do we want? Oh yeah, that's Raymond. Raymond. Next layer. Whoops. Okay, next we're going to draw Willow. My girl Willow. And I'm doing season 2 Willow. I think I want her... Give her that Cal Arts cheek going on. Give her the big chubby cheeks. Last night I had a dream that I was Elsa from Frozen and I had ice powers, and it was actually like very functional ice powers that I could actually control and didn't have to force it too much. But the more I used my powers, the weaker they got, and it got really frustrating because then I couldn't control my powers as well. But it was really cool. Because I had ice powers. Oh yeah, that's a dream I had last night. I was Elsa, and I'm like, I haven't even like put too much thought into Frozen recently, so I don't know why I had a dream where I was Elsa, but like, I don't know, just having ice powers for a night was cool.
You know, I had a dream last night that I was Elsa too, and I couldn't just let it go.
Aw, man, we have so much in common. We should, like, get together sometime. Yas.
That's.
Yas. Willow is so cute, and there's actually love for Willow and the fandom, unlike for Gus. F and chat for Gus. Okay. Pointy ear, pointy ear. F. Thank you, Cammy. F and chat for Gus. No, nobody loves Gus. Hi, Cammy. Did you just get here? I'm drawing Willow. Let's see. She's got big eyes. I'm drawing these characters from memory. So really quick, here's my drawing of Luce from memory. These are all from memory. Here's Luce. Here's Ida. And then here's King. I don't know what he's doing. And now I'm working on Willow. Yep, literally came in as you said, F and chat for Gus. Yeah, I just now had a big tangent about Gus, which I'll try to summarize for you. Gus does not have any love from the writers. It's like, Gus has a few episodes for himself. He's got the episode where he's the leader of the human fam club. He's got the episode where he goes to the illusionist graveyard, and he's got F in chat. And he's got the episode where he this is the best one, where he's got like the breathing exercises and becomes friends with Hunter and stuff. Like, that's the best episode, like Gus episode. However, all of the Gus episodes are pretty mediocre, in my opinion. And then the vast majority of the time, the writers just really put him to the wayside. Like, more than one episode do they have a bit with him obsessed with, like, his little wavy flags. This is 2 different episodes where they do this. And that's on the writers. Where the writers just really don't care about Gus. And I'm like, the more I get the impression that the writers don't care about Gus and making him a developed character, the more I'm convinced that he is the token, so to speak. And if you don't know what that means, that's fine. If you know what that means, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying so hard not to think of him as a token character, but the writers just don't care about Gus. And I'm like, I'm starting to think he's just the token character. They are not developing his character. Like, they're trying every once in a while, but they keep writing him out of episodes where he would have been fine as a main character in the episode. Ugh. So anyway, that's my tangent. I want Gus to be better. So, yeah. Oh, Willow, you're so cute. See, Willow is cool and cute, and one of my favorite episodes of season 1 is Understanding Willow. So that's the one where they go inside Willow's mind. And first of all, you guys know me. Anything that has to do with, like, mindscapes is like, mwah, I love it. So, like, Psychonauts, obviously. Oh, it's such a good episode. And just the raw emotion they were able to put into, like, the animation of that episode is so good. But why are memories so flammable? Let's see, let's pull this up here. Okay, good. Na 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 na. Ah. Nya, nya. So I don't know if anyone, like, agrees with my tangents or if I'm just talking to the air. But I have opinions. That's what's important. Oh yeah, Willow has a new outfit. Ooh, I get to decide which outfit to draw her in? Okay, so her non-school uniform outfit, So not the school uniform. She has 2 outfits. And I prefer the first one, actually. I don't really like the ending season 2 outfit too much. But is that what I should draw anyway? I don't know. Opinions are good. Gus might just be a victim of the shortened show. Maybe. That's a distinct possibility. But, like, Gus is just getting the short end of the stick here, and I'm not too keen on it. Willow, you're so cute. Woo. I'm drawing these characters completely from memory, and it's kind of weird. But I am committed to this. Let's see. Yeah. She's so cute. And then in season 2, she's got like this streak of green in her hair, which I kind of like. But then, like, what I've been noticing about Willow cosplayers is they tend to wear green wigs, and we're all like, Willow doesn't have green hair. I'm gonna be a stickler for that one. There we go. And then what is she doing with her pose? I don't know. Everybody hydrate. So far of all of my sketches, Luce is by far the best one. I'm like, yeah, that looks like Luce. But all the other ones so far, I'm like, I'm gonna need the reference later, but... excuse me, sir. But the point is, I'm trying to make it more my art style by not looking at reference images of the characters. I feel like I've looked at them plenty by rewatching the show for like the 3rd or 4th time now. Oh, Willow, you're so cute. So every time I look at her, I'm like, yes. There we go. Oh. Yes, sir. Hello, friendo. Did I say hydrate, or did I hydrate by myself? Or did I think hard about hydrating? I don't know.
Always think hard about hydrating.
I don't remember if I said it out loud, but here's an out loud hydrate. And I'm hydrating. Here's my hydrate emote. And I'm still waiting for Twitch to approve a couple more emotes. Apparently I have a couple more emote slots, and I will gain more emote slots very soon, depending on certain factors that I don't want to advertise because I don't want to encourage people to throw money at me. I'm just like, you guys can do that of your own accord, but I don't want to be the one to like tell you to do it. But apparently having more subscriber points will unlock more emo slots for me, so that's interesting. I just stuffed a bunch of cocoa nibs in a mini almond joy. Very tasty. Do recommend. Ooh, yaws. Dude, cocoa nibs in like pancakes was so interesting. I'm like, yo. And then like with honey on top. Mwah. Get mama, get honey. Willow, I don't know how to draw you. Okay, scribble. I don't care. Yeah. And she's got the cute little hair thingies. Her hair grew out a little bit. Dude, what if your sub gif was money being thrown? No! You fiends! That's such an evil idea. Meanwhile, I have actual evil ideas. I have evil ideas of what I would do for stream for April Fools. I know I've told Aki and I think I've told Beastbird, but I'm keeping that a secret from the rest of you because it'll be April Fools. I would have done it this year, except I didn't stream on April Fools because I generally do Mondays, and currently Mondays and Wednesdays. So just April 1st this past year did not land on one of my normal stream days. Otherwise, yes, I would have gone for that. I have several ideas for little things I could do. Like, oh, I could make an alternate version of my VTuber model where like the facial features are just really small. I'm thinking about doing that too, because that would be like really easy for me to do. Because I just know how to like rig my models. Beep, beep. Anyway, yeah, this Willow, I'm not too keen on how this one turned out. Oof. Willow, I'm sorry I've forsaken you. Bless you. My goodness.
Huh?
I mean, it sounded like a sneeze. I don't know,
I
man.
didn't sneeze.
There was some kind of noise that sounded aggressive. I don't know. So this one sucks. Moving on. I mean, that's part of what I'm doing today is I'm like, I don't want to get like too fixated on like the anatomy. So generally, if I want an art to be good, I will do the sketch first and then give it a day at least. And then, you know, with a fresh pair of eyeballs, I'll see like what's weird about it. So that's why I'm like absolutely just basically just sketches today. Unless I'm like really confident about something, but...
And then it's like you stare at it for a while, and then suddenly you start hearing a voice like, finish it, finish it, finish it.
Finish it, finish it. No, that's a pretty normal thing. Especially, you know, just with years of experience, you'll get to know just artist things of you need to look at your sketch with a fresh pair of eyeballs. That's very important. What have you done to my girl? What do you mean, what have I done? Just the fact that I can't friggin' draw Willow? I'm not using a reference. I'm intentionally not using references today. There we go. Just, oh. It doesn't get better the more I fiddle with it. Anyway, there's Willow. I guess I'll do Gus. That doesn't mean I have to like do a finished Gus, but I'm like, yeah, again, nobody cares about Gus. Nobody in the fandom cares about Gus. Not even the writers care about Gus. So I'm not sure if I should bother making a button for him, but it would feel weird if he was like not a button. Just like maybe there will be somebody that will want the main trio. Maybe somebody will be like, yes, I would like 3 buttons. So give me Luce, Willow, and Gus, right? Like that's a distinct possibility. So I'll leave it open. Also, older Gus, post-witch puberty Gus is superior. I gotta say this. This is one of my favorite things that they did, just like immediately starting season 1. Is Gus is noticeably taller and has a deeper voice, and then they're like, oh, whoa, what happened to you? And then he's like, witch puberty. And then they move on. And I'm like, dude, that's so wonderful. Because in the voice acting industry, you don't generally want to hire kids because their voices change so quickly. And yeah, the voice actor for Gus is a kid. And between season 1 and 2, his voice dropped. So they just decided to change the model a little bit so he's a little taller, and then bam, he's just a little taller and his voice is a little deeper, and we don't have to make a big deal out of it. It just, people grow up. And I'm like, yeah! That's how you do it, baby. Please have more love for actually hiring child voice actors in the industry because it is so hard for them to get jobs. Anyway, that was my tangent. I would skip Gus unless he is requested. So I'm going to do a sketch of Gus anyway. And then, because I'm just doing sketches today. I'm going to bow out, organize my boxes I need my dad to take with him tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Okay, night, Sarge. Bye. Fare thee well, traveler.
Oh.
Bless you. Bonjour. Just Smash Bros things. Ugh. That's a little better. There's Gus. He's a pretty cute boy. It's just the writers don't care about him. It's really sad. See, what's his hairline like? I think it's more round, actually.
Oh.
Boop, 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 boop. And let's see. Image, edit, transform, warp. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Apply. That looks good. Somebody tired, boo. You did stay up very late. I was there. I know your sins. You can do what you want. I'm just like needlessly harassing my friends. It's out of love, I promise. Oh. No, you don't. Rar. Oh, dear Gus. You are a pretty cute boy, and you deserve better. Also, I really like Gus's like default outfit. I don't think he has a separate one at the end of season 2. If he does, it looks very similar to the other one, but it's just kind of like this light blue tunic thing. And it just looks really good. It just, good color scheme on that boy. Where he's got like these sleeves that are like, and it's like subtle, but like mildly flashy because he's an illusionist. And then what do I do with his arms? I don't know. Let's try one of these. Just kind of like psh, psh, psh. His and Hunter's friendship is cute. Wish they'd had time to expand on it. I know, because we already got like Luce and Amity, which are already like the duo, and then it looks like we're gonna get Hunter and Willow, which will be another duo, and then Gus kind of feels like he'll be the fifth wheel. Hi, baby. Oh.
She kissed me. Oh, she kissed me. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Vicky.
What's up, baby?
Here, look at staff chat. This is...
Sure.
I've always wanted to have my OC do this, because why the heck not?
Yeah, let me take a look. Meme. Sad cat meme. Let me take a look here. Oh, it's so loud. Yeah, I can see it. Where'd you get this one from?
Another server.
Oh, another server. Okay. Oh. That's cute.
I don't know, I've always kind of wanted that. That'd be funny.
What am I looking for? Gus is a very compassionate boy and forgiving. He's not bitter despite having been let down or betrayed by friends in the past. Yeah, I definitely like a lot of his friendship stuff going on. He's just a good pal. He's a good buddy. And he deserves better! It's gonna continue to bug me. What is a hairline? That is the question of most character artists. Okay, so we're gonna do zhoop. Just gonna do a big. I feel like he would just do, like, you know, illusionist sparkles, like sparkle, 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 and we'll call that good. There's our vague sketch of Gus. I'm gonna go into the next one. Next we're doing, you guys get to guess. I feel like it should be pretty easy. It's like, okay, what main character have I not drawn yet? And I get to title and label my layers, but you guys don't get to see that. Rawr. Let's see, okay, so here's Luce, Ida, King, Raymond, totally normal character, Willow, Gus, and let's go over here. Yeah, that's incorrect. Yeah, you got it. I was like, oh, this one's pretty obvious who's I'm gonna be drawing next. But I definitely want to make sure, like, when I do my buttons, I'm going to include all of my favorite characters, which includes a great quantity of characters that most people who do have Owl House buttons and stuff are probably not going to bother having these characters. And I'm like, nuh-uh. I'm going to have Rain Whispers. You better believe it. I'm obsessed with soft person. Also, just the Bard Coven looks freaking dope. And I'm so glad they finally got around to showcasing the Bard Coven. And I'm like, dude, this is what Bard magic looks like? That's awesome.
Yeah, I like how there's so many.
Where are we at? And also Mae Whitman, I love you. Voice actors of Amity and voice actors of Katara. And also a character in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And probably some other thing that Aki can name. Discord won't connect. Oh, that's lame. Sorry about that. She's Tinkerbell. Oh, she's got a leaf skirt and a big bun. Ooh. Oh, wait, I think I just made her mom. Oh, she looks like Odalia now. It's Odalia Blight, everybody. Aldelia Blight is Tinkerbell. I have established that I'd be in the bard track if I went to Hex side. Maybe bard / illusion mixed tracks. Oh, illusion sounds so fun though. I love illusions. Let's see, let me go back over here. Okay. Because Principal Bump now allows mixed studies, which, first of all, I don't know why that's not a thing already, because wouldn't that make it easier for you to decide what coven you eventually want to join as an adult if you can study more than one thing and then decide which one's your favorite? So that doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, since you can now study more than one, I would probably do Oracle, Bard, Illusions, Healing, maybe Beastkeeping because I love animals and mythical animals are also dope. Beastkeeping sounds really fun. Yeah, these are all like great options. Chicken Alfredo, the deer into water. Hello. Hello, Lon Basil. Welcome. We're doing chill stream today, just cozy drawing times where I apparently drew either drew Tinkerbell or Dahlia Blight. Figured out. So I'm drawing Owl House characters today. So over here I got Luce. I got Ida, King, Willow, Gus, and now I'm doing Amity, but they were joking that it was Tinkerbell, and then I drew Tinkerbell stuff on her, and now she looks like her mom. So gross. Get rid of that. Let's see, where are we at with Amity? Zoom into this bad boy. Mae Whitman is Tinkerbell. Oh! Is that what the joke was? Oh, might be. Okay, I assume we're talking like the Tinkerbell movies that came out years ago as well. Like the things I was actually like actively watching, even though they're for children. It's like, oh, but you're drawing Owl House characters. If you have that opinion, get out of my face. Actually get out of my face. Let's see, I don't know if I should have her frowning or smiling, but I'm going to start with her frowning. Anyway, yeah, so that one. Anyway, we used to catch up on the friggin' Tinkerbell movies, Aki and I. And then we just kind of stopped because we got busy. And then, like, the next one was, like, a pirate-themed one, and I was so excited, but we just already had dropped it off. And that sucks, because I wanted to get into the pirate one. It wasn't supposed to be a joke. It was just contributing more to Mae Whitman roles. You clot. Thanks, yous. I didn't know that. But no, that led to good things. We ended up making Amity look like her mom, so which is a good thing, right? Totally not a bad thing. And then she's got an earring. She's got black nails and a withdrawn attitude. I restarted my phone, but Discord is still being a huge butt. Yeah, Discord can be a butt sometimes. Her bangs don't go like that. I mean her sideburns don't go like that. Ah. Great. It's like as I'm drawing it, I'm seeing what I'm missing, but I still can't freaking draw Ida, apparently. I'm gonna have to really get a reference for that one. There we go. That looks correct. Yeah, she has her hair actually like tucked behind. Zoop, zoop. Zoop, 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 zoop.
Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Yuba, Yuba, Yuba. Amity, you're so cute. Oops. Boop. Don't know what my tablet thinks I'm doing, but it's not that. Okay, Amity. What do I do with your arms? I'll be honest, you guys. I'm better at drawing legs than I am arms, and I'm better at posing legs than I am arms. I don't know why, but every artist is different. And that's my kerfuffle, is I'm not so good with arms. At the very least, I can draw her tunic. And then her big moon necklace, which is super cute. Holding book? Maybe, but I don't want to cover the necklace. So I'd have to come up with a pose where she can hold a book and keep the necklace. I don't know. She's so freaking cute though. Oh my gosh, Amity, you're so cute. Hydrate time. Hydrate. I'm gonna get out my hydrate emotes because that's what they're for. Just remind everybody to hydrate. Amity, what do I do with your arms? Doctor, doctor, I can't feel my legs. I know. I amputated your arms. So stupid. I was going to make soup, but I'm too hungry and dishes are in my way. Yeah. I had like a little soup last night. I had oh bless you. I had a little soup last night because I was very hungry, and then the soup was really good. So then I found a canned soup that we had in the storage, and I had soup last night. It was really good. Book in the crook of her arm, Statue of Liberty style. So like this arm or like this arm. Probably this a front arm, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having canned soup. Canned soup. Canned soup.
What kind of soup?
Probably, I don't know, Aki, what kind of soup? You get to tell the class what kind of soup you're having. The far arm so it doesn't hide the necklace. Yeah, I can do that. So probably pub chicken. Pub chicken. Mmm, the good chicken soup. Let's see. How do I draw? Mom, how do I draw? Yeah. Are you kidding me, Automod? It's censoring Lamau. Allow, please. Y'all serious? Dude.
What?
Okay, so Twitch has its own auto mods. This is not Nightbot. It's Twitch that censors certain words and then asks me to give permission to allow it. Just now it censored Lon Basil trying to type Lamau. LMAO. Y'all serious? It's Lamau. I'm so angry.
Also means laugh my ass off.
Who freaking cares? It's Lamau. I'm pretty brain dead and completely zoned out, Lamau. How are you?
Yes, he can type it.
You know how yeah, WTF. See, WTF is fine. Shaking my head. I mean, I can type whatever I want. My Nightbot does not censor me. Automod will not censor me because I'm the broadcaster. Spam Lamau in chat. Legalize Lamau.
You know, I do want to say that it is my God-given right to use what Fuck!
Ah! Legalize uwu. This is just a suggestion. They're not trying to tell you what to do. Yeah, you're good. Uwu. Legalize uwu. What was my other thing I put? Was it Larry? No. Happy. Oh, Lenny. Lenny. That's what it was. There it is. There's my other secret one. I have multiple secret ones, but that's one of them. I have a lot of hot garbage I bothered programming into Nightbot because I thought it would be fun. Okay. Amity. We're gonna skip you. I'm just gonna go on to the next character. Let's see. Actually. Y'all ready for this? Bet you'll never guess what character this is.
The big old smiley face.
Boy. I'll have to reference his facial expression on this one, but it's a good one. I gotta have Hootie. Partially because there was this artist from a while back ago that had some Outhouse buttons that I bought a couple buttons from, and they had Hootie, and that's one of the ones I got from them. And they were like, the thing about my Hootie button is that half the people are like, yeah, Hootie, and the other half of people are like, ugh, why Hootie? Which is good. Is he going to be full art button? Yeah, probably. I mean, he's a circle, but I wanted a very specific expression that he does, which I'm going to have to reference. But in the meantime, this is me drawing it off the top of my head. I don't remember. He's got like this. I don't remember. I'm going to have to get a reference. Multi-button like the long dog. No. That's such a terrible idea. I would do it.
Okay, look, if you wanted to do a multi-button, it'd have to be like 4, so like each button would have like a part of Hootie's face. You know, and then when you put it all together,
I mean, I'll do a multi-button if I have a specific idea with it. So like the Lesser Dog one I did for Undertale, like it had a different background. And each background was a specific location in Undertale, including the surface. So that was like part of the joke. And then you didn't have to get the whole thing. You could get just the head, or you could get just the head and the body, or you could get 3 pieces, so it's the head, 1 neck, and then body. Burb. It's the Burb show where there's just burbs everywhere. Aki says, I think you have to. I mean, well, it sounds like my art studio head is approving it. Who else would do it but you? Let me tell you, it is one of the cheekiest ways I have sold more buttons. Sounds absolutely ridiculous. Like, oh, who would buy that? I'm like, let me tell you, lots of people would buy that. Also, the Lesser Dog set is the most popular set that people bother getting in magnets. We do provide all of our designs in magnets. Nobody cares. But magnet design that is the highest seller of magnets is the Lesser Dog set. So that's interesting. Please buy our magnets. Ah. Go to Ready-Tell Studio and buy our art. Okay, so if Hootie... Let's brainstorm here. If Hootie was a multi-button thing, so I'm thinking 3 buttons, not 6, because I think that would be excessive.
No, you have to do 4.
Oh, I want to do 3 because for our buttons, it's 1 button for $2. Or it's 3 buttons for
For 6.
$5.
Oh, I thought it'd be 6 because 2, 4, 6.
Oh, no, we have a deal where it's like a little cheaper if you buy more at a time. No, not 18 buttons. Are you kidding me? You absolute maniac. Okay, if someone were to buy 18 buttons, how much would that be? So 3 times... Okay, 18... hang on, I am insanely bad at math. For 1,800? What are you talking about? Oh, boy. Let's see. Should I bother mathing this? My math is insanely bad. I have an art brain, not a math brain. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna
do 18 times 2.
Okay.
I think it'd be 18 times
Okay.
2 because you would buy 18 buttons. Or,
Okay.
Oh, 18 divided by 3. So.
Divided by 5. 3.6.
6 times
Okay.
5 is
Aki
30.
says 18 divided by 3 equals 6. 6 times 5 equals 30. So that means if somebody were to buy 18 buttons, that would be $30. I don't know. Nobody's ever bought that many, but some people have gotten close. I'll tell you what. Some people go crazy for these things. I mean, to be fair, we have well over 100 different designs available at our booth. So there's a lot to choose from. 30,000? 30,000? What are you doing right now?
It's a bit too
Stop
much.
that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, Hootie, okay. So yeah, that's why I want like a normal number like what I have over here. So if you were to get the lesser dog set, which is 6 buttons, that is $10. That is exactly $10. Because like buying 3 is $5.
So buying 5 would cost. So buying 5 buttons would cost 10, and buying 3 would cost $5.
Yes. So buying 1 button.
But that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so
No,
then at that point
it's
that
a
doesn't make
deal.
any sense because look, if you're selling like 3 buttons for like $5, so that means you would have to sell 5 buttons for like $9.
Yeah.
Because Git just suddenly decided to add $1.
I gotta do
up to-
stretchies. I've been not doing stretchies.
Unless you want to round to the nearest even number.
Okay. Oh, did my shoulder pop yet? Ugh. Ugh. Gosh dang it. No, they can stack. Oh no, they can stack.
What do you mean they can stack?
Oh my gosh, you're not listening to the stream, but people are redeeming the Yoshi screams over and over and over again. Oh, that's so good.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, but like stacked. And it's like, oh yeah, they can stack. You can have multiple different things going on at the same time, but oh, here's the worst news. You can have multiple of the same thing going on.
I did not know that.
Oh, hydrate. I have to hydrate after that one. Everybody hydrate. Oh, I'm dying. Yes, it was.
Was that the bite of 87?
Why would they stack?
Excuse me,
What the-
Oh, jeez. Okay, there's the button things. Oh, mama. Ooh. Didn't mean to make you weep if I'm not back again this week. I did it. Anyway. What were we doing? Oh yeah. Hootie and buttons and how we price our buttons and magnets. And if we want Hootie to be a 3-pronged button situation, what would we do to make it unique and worthwhile? Gosh dang it. What would we do to make it unique and worthwhile to make Hootie 3 buttons tall? And I do want it to be like functional where like you just need the head of Hootie, you don't need like the neck pieces, but what would make it enticing to get the neck pieces? That's what I'm brainstorming here. But oh. Oh my gosh, you guys. We're moving on. Moving on to the next character. Ay ay ay.
Didn't think sounds could stack, but here we
sounds
are.
can stack. I already stretchied. I got the stretch again because I've been demanded to stretchy. Ah! What's a good BG gag in Owl House? Stretchies.
Do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it actively. I'm raising my hands in the air like a just Yay! What am I doing? Okay, Owl House. We could do
Big Yoshi.
I should have B Yoshi on my head next. Who am I drawing next? Ah, yes. Go Photoshop, please. This character. I just realized you put... Oh wait, never mind. Never mind, I'm the dumb one, ignore me. Okay, let me look at... Okay, Loose, Ida, King. Okay, just testing out to see the longest sound effect for reasons. Longest it can be is 10 seconds, but I do have a few that are that long. You get to figure out which ones. Thanks for asking, you scallywag. All right, what am I doing here? Okay.
Long,
Totally not going to set up a macro to spam it super fast. That sounds terrifying. Might have to like put a cap on the my channel point economy here if people go a little too nuts. Woof. We need that channel point inflation, you know what I'm saying? Okay, there's my Loose. Loose looks great. Everyone else looks terrible. I'm doing bad at this. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Okay, Loose, Ida, King. Okay, Willow. Okay. You'll ruin the economy. I mean, yeah, somebody could come in here and ruin the economy. And they would create channel point inflation where I would have to raise the prices of everything. It could happen. It could. Oh boy. Alright, next character. I gotta think about what they look like. And you guys get to guess who I am drawing. Nah, not like that. No more like this. Yeah, there we go. Welcome in, Mads! Thank you so much, and you get to see one of the dumb things I programmed Nightbot to do. Welcome in. This is a cozy stream when we're doing some drawings. I'm drawing a bunch of characters from the Owl House. So far I have Loose, which is the best one. It doesn't go up from here. We got Loose and Ida, King, Willow, Gus, Amity, Hootie. And now I'm drawing this next one, which people get to guess. We have a couple of guesses. Aki's like, why? Are you referring to the thing I told Nightbot to do? It's very stupid. But I thought it was funny at the time. Oh boy. Oh, mamma mia. Luigi from the hit game Sonic Adventures. Yeah, I love that guy. I'm guessing Lilith. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm drawing Lilith. Which I'm going to be drawing her in her season 2 outfit. Not her early season 2 outfit, her late season 2 outfit. As much as I do like the other one. But she's just getting more like academia vibes with her outfit, and she's re-embracing her glasses and re-embracing her curly hair, and it's so cute. I'm afraid that if I type in all caps, I'm gonna get timed out. Well, go ahead and give it a test. I did go into Nightbot as you gave me a video tutorial on how to turn those off, and I turned off every single one because I am the human here and I get to decide what counts as spam, not the robot, all right? So somebody who's brave enough can test to see if they can type in all caps and see if they get a spank on the butt from Nightbot. You shouldn't. You shouldn't, because I fixed it. I did earlier. Okay, you did. Okay, well, type caps again, JS. Person who suspiciously has their name as JS. I like T. There you go. All right, so I should have fixed it. So that means all caps, legalized all caps, legalized emote spam, legalized obnoxygen. Like, this is the place to get obnoxious. I like obnoxious spamming, so let's go. Let's see. Hola mi amigo. Oh no. Mads is gonna realize how white I am. Okay. Hola mi amigo cheese, como estas? I still prefer season 1 Lilith design, to be honest. Let's go! High five, high five, high five. The more Spanish you type in the chat, the more you're gonna realize how white I am. Like,
hola, mi amiga.
It's like, it's not my fault. I was born where they make white people. All right?
Hola, mi amiga. ¿Cómo estás?
It's like, I grew up like not in a place that had 99% white people and then like 1% Pacific Islanders. Okay, I got nothing. The battery shirt was a fun gag, but it stuck around too long. Yeah. And actually, yeah, I do. Of all Lilith's designs, I do prefer her season 1 design, but for pretty much all these characters, I'm doing season 2 designs. It's all good. All right. As long as you're not going to be like, that's racist because you don't know something you didn't grow up with or were exposed to throughout the entirety of your existence. Because I have gotten people harass me for that, and it's really dumb. I was like, I see your point, but I didn't grow up around, like, any of that. What makes it worse is our mother teaches Spanish and we learn something. Okay, so yeah, there's this is a call out post against me. My mom is a Spanish teacher and I don't know a lick of Spanish. El heno es el favorito de los caballos. How close did I get it? Or how horribly did I butcher it? Turn in your votes now. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what any of that means. I did start doing a little bit of Spanish. Okay. Are people gonna be mad if I go on a rant about the Spanish language? I'm convinced rolling R's is black magic. Yes, rolling your R's is black magic. I can't do it. I can do a Japanese R flip, but I cannot roll my R's. Like arigato, you know, like you know, a flipped R is really easy. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent. Let me know if I'm being offensive. Anyway, I started doing a little bit of Spanish on Duolingo. Oh, let's see what Cami has to say. Hootie button ideas. Tunnel of love background. That's already great. Hootie's house on legs, a character hanging off Hootie's neck, or an x-ray of the neck showing swallowed male. Those are all great ideas. I'll think about these. Thank you, Cami. Okay, so those ideas are fantastic. I like the tunnel of love one. That's so cute. So I started studying a little bit of Spanish on Duolingo, which is not the greatest app to use to study languages, first of all. But I already started raging really quickly because Spanish has forced feminine or masculine language for everything. and which is completely dumb. I just in general I don't like languages that do that. It doesn't matter if it's Spanish or something else. I just really dislike that. And so it's constantly like, oh, here's this inanimate object, and you get it wrong if you get the wrong word that goes with it, whether it's feminine or masculine. Like if you get the wrong one, then it's wrong and you're stupid. That's what Duolingo was basically telling me. And I'm like, well, what gender is your microwave? And I was talking to one of my friends who does speak Spanish, and I was complaining to her about this, and she was laughing because I don't know, either she thought I was right or she thought I was a very silly, unnecessarily angry white person. I don't know. But I was like, okay, tell me, friend, what gender is your microwave? Answer the question. She didn't want to answer. And I'm like, it's Spanish. It's gonna have either a masculine or a feminine word that goes with it. Which one is it? Tell me. I don't know why. Don't you ask? She just did not want to answer that question. We're just like, you know, I'm right. Am I right? Or am I just like an uncultured swine? You decide. Yeah. Now Lilith has the lips, which will look better when I don't have such a thick brush. Wait, that sentence is missing a few words. No, don't worry about JS. It's cool. What the heck is the shape of Lilith's eyes? I don't know. I'm just gonna draw eyes the way I always draw eyes on characters over and over and over again. Triangle. How to get popular on the tumbles. Draw a triangle. Make it hot. Fishnets.
This is what I walk into.
Yeah, I'm drawing Bill Cipher with fishnets.
Taste the milk.
What about the milk?
Taste it.
Uh-oh. I had it in my smoothie earlier.
Yeah, but I need to know if you think it tastes bad or if it's just me because I've been eating weird stuff.
It's alright. I'd probably have it with chocolate or I'd continue using it in my smoothie. Oh, sweet chocolate.
That's for me.
Oh.
I mean, I can get you some. I'll let you have that. Are you gonna use it responsibly?
What, the chocolate?
Yeah.
How would I use chocolate irresponsibly?
Think about it.
No! What is that? No! Guys, I'm gonna use chocolate irresponsibly. Okay, here's the wrapper. Am I doing it? Am I being a naughty little girl right now? Oh. I'm gonna continue to make this triangle hot. There it goes. Just put Bill Cipher in Patrick's outfit from that one SpongeBob movie. The outfit with your fishnets. Yeah. This looks good. Give him a bow tie. This is how you get hot on Tumblr. I mean, this is how you get good on Tumblr. You draw a triangle and you make it hot. Really good. Give him a Alright, hang on. Okay, get rid of the arm. Give him his bow tie back because I forgot to draw that the first time. Then we're gonna do like there we go. Blocked. You're all blocked. None of you are free of sin. This seems like some pretty irresponsible chocolate use. I'm going to need some ID. No, please. I swear I'm at least like, I don't know. How old are pulsars? Your toes, hand them over. Bill Cipher's gonna steal your knees. It's happening. There we go. He's angry. And then Lilith has glasses. She's very cute. I'm getting so sidetracked here. Billions of years. Yeah, I'm a pulsar. Do, 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 do. Let's see. I need to do some dumb meme models at some point. What do you mean by meme models? Do you mean like VTuber models or models for VR chat or something else? Because I don't know what you mean. Oh. Sculpts. So like clay sculpts. Oh, Lilith, you're so cute. I think she has an extra hair going on over here. I'm not sure. Digital sculpts like in ZBrush. Oh, so do you mean like Blender or something? Pulsars are young stars. You're a minor in star years, Missy. No, I'm not. No. I'm allowed to eat chocolate, right? No. Mom, let me have chocolate. I'm just gonna leave Bill Cipher there. He can just stay in the sketch version. This is fine. You're not a dog, you can eat chocolate. Yeah! Yeah, I'm gonna eat this chocolate, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. I'm gonna eat it. I'll put it right in my mouth. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think of that? What are you gonna do about that? Chocolate police. Yeah, what do you think of that? Nothing you can do about it. Stars can eat whatever they want. Yeah. Oh. Me all birds up. You're back. I guess I have a star ID. I have like 18 pounds of nuclear bees. Nuclear bees? Chocolate, grapes, defunct spacecraft. Oh gosh. This is excellent. This is totally excellent, you guys. Thank you. Oh. Which are also legally fish in the United States. Legally fish? What's legally fish? I don't know. The bees. Bees are legally fish? What? I give up, man. I don't know what any of this means anymore. It's a real thing. Well, you better... I don't know. I don't care enough. Man. I don't know if this makes sense anymore. Just look at Bill Cipher. He's all you need. I'm gonna give Willie a just cute pose. What the actual frick? I mean, somebody who's cool and smart can like fact check that, and by it's cool and smart I mean Cammy, because she's the coolest and smartest person I know, so. They classified them as a fish to give them the same protections. I mean, you could just be like, by the way, bees are a separate category, but they need to be protected because they're really important for the environment. Like, is that really so difficult? Honestly. I'm not some legal boy or anything, but like, bruh. Aw, Cammy. That's what I'm saying, dude. And she's got a skirt. I don't remember her full outfit. Something like this. I don't remember. Oh, I'll just leave it at that, and I'll look up her outfit reference later, but I'll leave it at this. Does she also... Hang on. Does Lilith also eventually get a gem? Alright, California Bees Fish Court ruling. Scan... Alright, do I get to skim this? Alright. Is there no copy button? Hang on. Okay, open link in new tab. I'm gonna skim this. California bees can legally be fish and have the same protections a court has ruled. CNN. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna read all this. But, yeah, I declare this dumb. I see that the council has made a decision, but I'm gonna elect to ignore it because it's a dumb decision. Ah, jeez. Is it really so difficult to just say, yeah, bees are a different category? I'm done arguing about this. This is dumb. Mom! I'm gonna hydrate. Everybody hydrate. You are now legally a bird. Play them in the distance. That is a track I have. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. We're done with Lilith. We're going to the next character. Which character are we doing next? You get to guess! I mean, it's not technically a law. It's more of a court ruling. I guess those are separate things. That's true. But that doesn't make it less dumb. I mean, there's court rulings on what constitutes a sandwich. And if you want to know more about, like, why that matters, you can just go to the YouTube channel Food Theory, and they have a whole episode about it. Like, what counts as a sandwich? And there are legal rulings on what counts as a sandwich. It's kind of like Plato calling humans featherless bipeds. I mean, one of the things we looked up on Doll-E Mini, aka Cryon, was featherless biped, and it was kind of a terrifying result, actually. So I liked it. You guys get to guess who I'm drawing next, but it's probably super obvious. Back. There we go. Apply. Select. Okay, there we go. You still haven't drawn your boy. What WTF? I'm saving best for last. Thank you very much. The One Piece is real guy? Yes. I will get references for these characters eventually. Guys, now's the time to spam your Megalovania music things, because Emperor Belos has the one blue eye. Yeah, there it is. I wasn't expecting anything different, I don't know why. And let's get some blue here. There we go. Awesome. I'm gonna ruin the economy. No, if I teach them to spam it now, they'll run out of channel points, and then the pain will end, right? Oh gosh. buff Hollow Knight. It seems to be just so they don't have to slug another environmental protection through the whole process of protecting the bees now instead of after. I was reading about bees. Who is this One Piece guy? I can't hear myself think. Your she's too loud. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I'm dying. Hydrate. It's hydrate time, everybody. That goes for you guys. That goes for you guys. Yeah, hydrate. I misclicked a few times, lol. No, that's okay, baby. You can misclick. I still love you. Yeah. Reminder that you guys should have, people who are subbed should have access to a couple of more emotes today. Because apparently I have a couple more emote slots, which is pretty poggers, I gotta say. I don't remember what his outfit looks like. I have nearly spoiled milk at the ready. Oh. I mean, we can keep the milk. It's fine in my smoothies. Actually, I am out of frozen fruit. I'm completely out of frozen fruit, so I can't make more smoothies at the moment. Unless, actually, I could totally just break into our cans of frozen fruit and then freeze them. No, I mean, our cans of canned fruit and then freeze them. I can do that. That would be a fine backup. I would totally be fine with that. You hussy? Am I hussy? The blurb sound effects having no cooldown fuels me. I think I can have... I'll have to double check if I can have, like, individual cooldowns on, like, specific ones, because some of them I wouldn't mind being spammed, and some I'm like, yeah, that should probably have a cooldown. I'll have to double check, but it's probably fine. I don't remember what his outfit looks like. It's got some stripes on it, I guess. I don't know. Next one. Next character. What character did I want to do next? I mean, the only one I can think of at the moment is Hunter, so I guess I'm doing Hunter. Oh, wait, nope. No, I'm not doing Hunter. I'm not doing Hunter. There's one I've said multiple times that I was going to do today. Okay. Luce, Ida, King, Willow, Gus, Amity, Hootie, Lilith, Belus. Okay. This character. Okay. You get to guess the character. That looks terrible. This is just a sketch. I don't know why I'm being so picky. Yeah, you got it. And I think the pose for this one is going to be pretty straightforward because I'm just going to give Rain the violin. Because Bard Coven forever. Because the bards against the throne. We are the bards against the throne. AKA the bats. And what was the other one? Was that Covens against the throne? I think it was Covens, so then they had like rar. So it was like, nya. And then Rain has a cute little dangly earring. I love just the one earring look. It's so good. Okay, we gotta make the face here. Kind of a pointed chin, I think. Let's see. And then I gotta... I always want to get the noses right, but I need a reference image for that, so I'll get that later. Let's see. Hunter is one of those characters where you can't decide if you want to put them in a blanket burrito with soup or put them in the snow globe and shake. No, definitely the former for me. I love Hunter so freaking much. Hunter is my extremely good boy. I fell in love with him right away. I was like, dude, this is exactly the type of character I, as a writer, like to write. It was destiny. I love Hunter. Does Hunter make me a little rabid? Yeah. Jealous? Let's see. How does your nose go? I think... no, that's Hunter's nose. Is it straight? Yeah, I think the nose is supposed to be straight here. He's a minor. What do you mean? So? You saying I can't be proud of my son? Just because he happens to be a minor? You got a problem with that? I'm gonna eat this chocolate dangerously in your face. I love the chocolate. What do you think of that, punk? Yeah, didn't think so. Oh. Bah. You saying like a proud mother can't be rabid? I think that's a little racist against mothers. I didn't have enough for the excuse me. Well, you'll have to save up your points, now won't you? You silly scallywag. How does Rain's eyes look? I don't remember. But, I got a little bit of a little... I don't remember what their mouth looks like. Double stretchies, are you kidding me? Alright. We're gonna stand for this one. If I can quit getting my cable caught. Stretchies. Oh. I'm out of camera view. That's why it's a little extra haunted. Don't worry about it. There, now I have 0. Oh, you wanted exactly 0? What's the point in that? Ow, crap. Stretching too hard, messing with my cables. I'm working my legs. I don't like how your model is looking. Well, you deserve it. You deserve me staring at you like a very smug and disappointed mother. My brain don't work so good. Yeehaw, claim it again. Alright. Oh! Did anyone hear that? That was my ankle. That must mean it's working, right? Oh gosh. Hoo-wee-hoo. Rain, what does your face look like? I'm trying to remember. I think you have a little... No. How does your face look? Ankle Pringle? Freaking excellent, my dude. I don't remember what Rain looks like. Okay. They're a little like, ooh. And then... Oh, this looks really terrible. Oh boy. Rain, what do you look like? Oh no. Okay, first of all, your eyes get to go like way up here. There we go. Yeah. So I can have some comprehension of what's going on here. Frick. Rain, what do you look like? You got eyebrows? that are like this, probably. You should do streams of drawing characters from memory for other franchises too. I mean, I totally can. I guess I can ask you guys like what kind of franchises you'd be interested in, but that's also going to be limited to what's on my fandom list. So for your benefit, I will pull up my fandom list real quick. Cause I eventually plan on making my fandom list available for you guys to view whenever you want, but my Twitch has been stupid with it. Google Drive. Okay, Google Drive. Let's see. I'm not logged into my proper drive. Give me a sec. Fandom. Come on. Fandom. Vicky's fandom list. There we go. That's like Breath of the Wild. Oh gosh, Breath of the Wild would be so difficult. Oh no. Because those characters have so many details. Okay. These are in no particular order. This is alphabetical order. Psychonauts. Oh, I would love to do one with Psychonauts. I also want to completely redo all of my designs that I've done for Psychonauts buttons, and I also only ever did 3 characters. I only did Raz, Mia, and Sasha. I didn't even do Lily. I'm such a loser. But hot bird people. No, you're right. But anyway, I'm just going to read off my fandom list real quick, and actually I'll go to browser over here so you can kind of read it. Is there a way I can... Nah, I'm just gonna leave it like this. You guys get to deal with not being able to read it properly. A Hat in Time, Adventure Time, Animal Crossing, Avatar The Last Airbender / Avatar The Legend of Korra, Aviators, Banjo-Kazooie, Broken Age, Clampsest / Tsubasa, Coraline, Cuphead, DC, Justice League, Teen Titans, Young Justice, Death Note, Detroit Become Human, Disney / Pixar, D and Angel, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog, DreamWorks, Fez, Five Nights at Freddy's, Fruits Basket, Game Grumps, Game Theory, Ghibli, Gravity Falls, Harry Potter, Has-Been Hotel / Hell of a Boss, Homestar Runner, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Peanut Butter Gamer, JonTron, Jaden Animations, The Odd Ones Out, Domix, Limbo / Inside, Madoka Magica, Mario, Miraculous Ladybug, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Mystery Skulls, Octodad, Ouran High School Host Club, Over the Garden Wall, Phantom of the Opera, Pirates of the Caribbean, Pokemon, Portal, Princess Tutu, Psychonauts, Sailor Moon, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Soul Eater, Stardust, Steven Universe, The 10th Kingdom, The Dragon Prince, The Legend of Zelda, The Living Tombstone, The Owl House, The Witness, Tomodachi Life, Undertale / Deltarune, World of Goo. There you go. Wow. Let's see. Let's see. You can probably program Nightbot to do it. That's actually not a bad idea. I do feel like maybe that list would be far too long, but I will think about it. Nightbot would probably be long, so you guys could type like !rules and that gets kind of long, or you could type !socials and that gets kind of long, you know. But yeah, I suppose I could consider having Nightbot do that for people too. Let's see. Well, that's why I suggested it. Yeah, you suggested Breath of the Wild, you cheeky clam. Let's see. Where am I on the... I'm trying to read chat. I mean, I would just do the ones you're planning to do for buttons anyway. I see that scroll bar. This is going to take a while. Oh, I thought it was going to go for the entire scroll bar. Nightbot. Oh, She-Ra. The designs are so diverse that would be lots of fun, fun and struggles. Yeah, She-Ra would probably be a good one. I wouldn't mind doing She-Ra. But for those who are familiar with the She-Ra reboot, who is best girl? I want please contribute your opinions. I have 2 very strong opinions that I can't decide between. Who is best girl? You guys just decide for me. Let's see. Let's put this away. And if you guys ever want me to read off the fandom list again, don't be afraid to ask. That's totally fine. But yeah, if I ever do one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm doing like an art stream where I'm doing art requests and stuff, please only request characters from the fandom list unless you're like, oh, but I want you to do like something everybody knows, like Scooby-Doo. I guess that's fine. But generally prefer you just pick from the fandom list. And I made the fandom list like pretty extensive, so there shouldn't be like something you like that's not on there. So I should hope it's extensive enough for you guys. Oh, Nightbot could link to a Google Doc. That's not a bad idea. Hey, could you read off the fandom list? Scorpion and Trapta. Yeah! Those are my 2 candidates for best girl. I'm like, Scorpion's best girl, but I'm like, oh, but Entrapta's also best girl. Ah. But yeah, I will only accept 2 answers for best girl, and those are the correct ones. Okay, but hear me out, Swiftwind. Swiftwind is a good boy. So, okay, the thing about She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, the She-Ra reboot, is that it is legitimately a really good show that makes me feel like this is a good example of girl power. This is really good representation of that. However, they also do the one thing that girl power shows shouldn't do, which is making all of the male characters bumbling idiots. And look no further than the episode where Seahawk, Swiftwind, and Bo are hanging out, and then they get in trouble, and then all the girls have to come and save them. I'm like, I get it, but making the dudes look like bumbling idiots is not a great idea if you're trying to show that the women are, like, strong and capable, in my opinion. I don't think that's a great idea. So it's kind of disappointing that they decided to go that route, because otherwise, She-Ra is a really good show that genuinely makes me feel like, yeah, this is a girl power show. This is a really good representation of how that should be done. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox now. How do I draw Rain? I don't remember. Rain's got glasses. Woo, glasses. And a neck. I presume Rain has a neck. I don't know, maybe Rain is one of those cartoon characters with a floating head and no neck. You never know. Okay, where am I? Okay, so I don't know how to draw violins very well. So I'm gonna kind of guesstimate here. Oh, that looks terrible. Unknown person though. Should I? You know what? I will. I will add unknown person to my fandom list right now. I'm gonna add it. Unknown person. Was it with a hyphen or just no space? I'm gonna leave it at that, but if you happen to remember. Dude, I would love to do a... Okay, no cap. I would love to do a stream where I just go over all of the stuff for Unknown Person, just show all of the animateds, and then do live readings of the comics that are in between. That would be sick. I would love that. I have considered this, I just haven't verbalized it yet. Well, it tells guys that if there are strong, capable women around them, then the men must be fools. Yeah, it's not a good idea. I don't recommend doing it that way. I really don't. Oh, let's bring this way down here. Let's see. Either because the capable women mean they can stop putting in effort, or because they start vilifying women for making them feel inadequate. Yeah. It's pretty dumb. I don't recommend doing it. I personally like casts where men and women feel equal. Even better. I like couples that feel really equal in the relationship. Like Sasha and Mia from Psychonauts, I definitely get the feeling they take turns rescuing each other. Like that's just kind of like a headcanon thing, but like it feels correct. It just feels right, you know? We can all help each other, guys. Yeah! How do I draw a violin? Oh, this is just kind of like a really sad baguette. Rain. Good bard person. Okay, so hand up here, mitten. I think Owl House does a pretty good job. Yes. Also, what I think is really interesting is that because of Owl House, we have an example of a show where witch is gender neutral, or like everybody's a witch. Like they don't use wizard. And then Fairy Tail, the anime, is an example of where the word wizard is gender neutral. Everybody's just called a wizard. I think that's interesting. Mitten. Ching ching. Ching ching. Oh, nope. Don't do that. There we go. There's Rain's general pose. I'll work on more of that later. Okay. Guess who we're going to next, baby? You'll never guess. OMG, you'll never guess who we're going to. It's Kikimora. I'm kidding. And then Willow is also that way, so we'll do Steve! It's Steve, baby! Oh boy, I love Steve so much. I hope we get a lot more of him. Also, like, Aki has a point. I don't... as I was rewatching Owl House in English, specifically, I think Steve has changing voice actors, because early on, Steve was just kind of like a throwaway gag, and it sounded like a very different voice. And then it's late season 2 where they bring Steve in as like a character, like an actual character. And he has a very different voice. We love you, Steve. Never change. Nope. You all ready for Tem time? Tim's. And then no. Yeah. I'm being so needlessly picky about this. It's just the sketch. It's just the sketch. It's just the sketch. Chill out. This looks horrible. Okay. So I'm getting so fixated on it, just focus on the face. And he's got dark circles under his eyes. And then he's got this nose. No. I'm making him like way too like dorky pouty. But I like dorky pouty. He's just good dork, and I love him. OMG, I love him. Yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my boy. Oh, that's my boy. I like that he's got a missing tooth or a tooth gap. It's not really clear, but it's really cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. 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 Look at him. Oh my gosh. Admire my boy. Admire him. Admire him. Please admire him. There he is. I love him so much. And then I think this is the ear that has a little clipping in it. There we go. I like his nose and his hair boingy. He's got a big hair boingy. He's so cute. I just love, I mean, there's a reason I like writing this archetype, but just like character that's like a bad boy on the outside, but is like, it's really just a facade to hide, you know, things they don't like about themselves. So like maybe their wimpiness as an example. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Let's see. And then we're gonna have Flapjack over here. Probably like right here. And then pshong, pshong. Yeah, looking good. Would you say you liked Wretched Little Meow Meows? Yeah. I love Wretched Little Meow Meows. Are you kidding me? Are you saying Hunter's a Wretched Little Meow Meow? Okay. Here we go. Wretched Little Meow Meow parentheses affectionate. There we go. Am I wrong? What, this guy right here? This guy right here? I don't see what you mean. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Where does the Wretched Little Meow Meow come from? I think that's, that might be another Tumblr term. I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard it before. I'm trying to remember where it comes from. But, usually we just say Blorbo in the biz. This is my Blorbo. Big Blorbo. Tumblr, yeah. So we say Blorbo or, we've got a few other words, but generally people are familiar with Blorbo. Okay, get rid of that. There we go. And then my boy, even though I've seen lots of fan art of him in reference to like a hypothetical events that might take place in like season 3 or whatever, and I'll see people draw fan art of him in like more modern clothes, because obviously, I mean, I guess I won't give too many spoilers, but let's just say people will draw him in human clothes, and then they'll draw him without gloves. And some of this fan art I've seen like where his hands are showing and he has scars very similar to the scar on his face, and I'm like, that's interesting. But you never see him without gloves. Even in the episode where he is like disguised as a Hexside student and he's wearing a Hexside school uniform, he's still wearing gloves with that. My boy has a thing with gloves. Maybe he has a thing with germs. You don't know. Boom. And then he's got... Now this one, This outfit I remember a bit better because I have drawn it recently for a little project that Aki would be familiar with, because I showed her some of my drawings so far, but they're hidden at the moment. But I have drawn him once, technically, and in the late season 2 outfit, so I've got that going on. Let's see, he's got... This part I don't super remember. He's got like 2 belts, and I don't remember where the other belt droops to. He's got, you know, the one diagonal belt, which is all like consistently a hot look. Like, you can't go wrong with like the 2 belts and one of them is diagonal. You just can't go wrong with that look. It's a good look. Oh yeah, so he's got these short like t-shirt sleeves and then these long sleeves under it, and then it stops here, and then there's a bit of arm, and then it goes into a glove. There we go. I remember that. And then whoop, down here as well. The thing about a true poor little Meow Meow is they have to be 1, downtrodden, 2, morally questionable at best, 3, deeply and pathetically miserable. Know Your Meme. First of all, Know Your Meme is like the best website on the internet. If you want to like actually get some good knowledge, some very important education, Know Your Meme is your best friend. I like to think myself a meme historian. Thank you very much. And yeah, you know what? I guess I'll say it. A character archetype I love writing is Wretched Little Meow Meow. So let's go. Let's see. I guess I'm done with the hunter sketch. No, wait, hang on. It needs many more hearts. There we go. Perfect. Not perfect, more hearts. Yeah. Nice. Now, I feel like there is an important character I am missing, but they're not coming to my mind at the moment. So, who am I missing? So let's go through the roster again. I got Luce, Ida, King, Willow, Gus, Amity, Hootie, Lilith, Bellows, Rain, and Hunter. I could do the twins. Part of me would kind of consider doing the twins together, like on one button, but it would still be technically 2 different characters I'd be drawing. Like, basically, should I bother with the twins? This is mostly a question for Aki, because these are all going to be buttons. Darius? You're right. You're right. Oh my gosh, you're so right. I freaking love Darius. Okay, hang on. Darius coming next. Darius. That is exactly him. OMG. Okay, Darius. I was literally just about to pull up a reference of Darius, and then I remembered, wait, I am doing no reference versions first, and then I will tweak them and put the correct details on them. Twins on the same button? Yeah, I'm thinking, like, do you think people would go, yes, thank you so much for having Ed and M. Thank you. Like, would people go crazy for that? Just like, money's on the table. If I do make a Gus button, it will be the least popular seller. That's why I'm still like, but it would feel weird to not to have Gus. So this is still like, I'll think about it, but I feel like the correct thing to do would be to make sure I have a Gus button anyway. Okay, Darius. No references. Get to draw Darius from memory. Okay. I freaking love Darius. He's so awesome. Okay, so he's got a very strong jawline. I don't remember what his nose looks like. But he's got cute little eyelashes. I love I love it when male characters have a little bit of eyelash going on. I adore that so much. It doesn't even have to be like a femme thing. Just, by the way, men have eyelashes, and it just adds so much character to give them a little bit of lash. I have a strong opinion about this. Okay, so I think his hairline is kind of like... Okay, and then he's got like... He's got the goops. He's got the goops. Okay. Then he's got like a goop. And then like this part kind of looks like an eyeball of an abomination. There we go. Yes! Yes, queen. There we go. Ah, oh, Darius, I love you. There we go. Okay, and then... Yay, there's a new body type I get to draw. I was really hoping every single Abomination Coven leader would get full screen time. Kind of disappointed that they didn't have time to get all that, but it's good, I guess. Because a lot of them had, like, just the first scene where we see all the Coven heads come together, and, like, you don't see their full character designs, but you can see enough of them that you can tell each character has a legit character design, and the designers thought about each of these characters. Yeah, again, probably cut. They probably cut a lot of stuff, because, of course, Disney. But yeah, like, clearly every character has a character design, and they all look so good, and they clearly have so much thought put into them. So it's kind of a shame they didn't really get time to shine, you know? But at least we got Darius. He's freaking excellent. Darius and... I can't even remember the name of the little scraggly guy. That I think... Is that Beast Keeper Coven or Construction Coven? The little scraggly guy that always hangs around Darius. That's also a Coven head. I'm trying to remember the character's name, and also what Coven are they. I'm pretty sure it's Beast Keeper, but when I was first watching... Tell Alador he's a hack. Yeah, when I was first watching it, I thought the character was Construction Coven. Yeah, Beastkeeper. Okay. Yeah, when I was first watching it, I thought it was Construction Coven, because I was, immediately noticing, like, this theme that I adore, by the way, where we have Rain Whispers, head of the Bard Coven, but, you know, stage fright, which is, like, really funny juxtaposition. And then we have Darius, who's the head of the Abomination Coven, who's, you know, basically works with disgusting slimes, but he hates getting, like, dirty. He's very prissy about that, and I freaking love that. So, I got the impression that the little scraggly character that's the Beastkeeper Coven, because I assumed they were construction, I'm like, oh, they're construction, so they probably like destruction. You know, that sort of thing. But no, they weren't Construction Coven at all. I got that wrong. I just couldn't tell. But yeah, just that entire string of ideas where every Coven head has like this juxtaposition going on that like doesn't technically completely work, but then they make it work is super interesting. I love that so freaking much. It's like, I'm feeling like it was a really good idea to do a stream where I draw Our House characters, because that means I get to just talk about my current favorite show for like 2 hours. This is great. Okay, so Darius has a bit of like an armor shoulder thingy, and then a gem thingy. I think this is a gem, and then he's got the cape that like goes down. And then I think it's sleeveless shirt, and then I think he's got like gloves, like white gloves. Not that it matters the color at the moment, but and then his shirt like kind of ends in like a scoop shape, I think. And then I don't remember what's going on over here. I'm like, does he have a collar? Does he his neck show off? Like, what's going on over here? I'm gonna need a reference. Oh, does he have a little bit more goop on the back? I think he has a bit more goop in the back. Okay, so there's Darius. Okay, any other characters I should consider definitely having available for buttons? Lots of swoopy shapes in his design. He's very swoopy, man. I love this character. Thank you for suggesting it. Okay, anyone else? Like the Abominations. Whoosh. Twins. Okay, twins. Twins it is. Twins are coming. Okay, Ed and M. Which is kind of difficult to say quickly, but I can do it. Ed, M. The hot twins. Okay. I'm gonna draw them like kind of separated first and then put them together. I love their outfits. By the way, the twins' outfits, I love that they chose to match. Like, the twins choose to match each other. That's a choice. That's really funny to me. I also love that, like, just in general in media loves twins. It's just fun to write characters that are twins. Okay, but glamored up or not glamored up? So when they're using their glamour charms or whatever they're called, just their illusion charms to like make them a little hotter. I love that, like, for Emira, it's like a little hotter, and then for Ed, it's just, oh, he just looks like a normal city teenager. Like, he even had, like, pulled his hair back. Like, that's kind of like an ouch but hilarious reveal that they're not as attractive as they pretend to be for your drawings. Definitely the glamored up ones. I love, like, they just look so good in their outfits, and I love that they choose to match each other. just sibling goals, you know? Yas. Yeah. How do I draw her? How do I draw her? I don't remember. I mean, it's not like I've drawn most of these characters before. I've drawn... of all of these characters today, I've drawn Hunter. That's why I was able to get so much of his detail right. I got some of it off, I know, but I got most of it right. Every single one of these other characters I'm drawing today, I've never drawn before. Generally, how it works is, like, at least for my brain, is if I draw a character with a reference once, I can usually draw them again without reference just fine. It depends on how detailed the character is. Like, if we're talking, like, Minna from Twilight Princess, I'm gonna need a reference. No matter how many times I have definitely drawn her over the years. She's kind of a nightmare with character design. As in, she has an awesome character design, but it's pretty freaking detailed. But something simple like, you know, any character from Gravity Falls is an example. So, you know, a 2D animated show where they're going to be a lot more simpler with the character designs because it's animation. They need to get simpler with that. Then, yeah, that's super easy to memorize those. I just draw it once with a reference, and I don't need a reference, like, ever again. Let's see. What does her hair look like? Minna, my beloved creepy child thing. Minna is best girl. just hands down. Let's see. Yeah, I can't finish the milk. Oh, did you not have enough chocolate? Oh. Let's see. I think her bangs are like this. It's bad. Oh, I'm sorry, doo-doo. Eh. 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 Me. Okay, and then she's got a big braid. I think that I got her hair right. Isn't M's hair one long braid with swoopy Ariel-esque bangs? I think she's got kind of spiky bangs like this. I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of the whole point of today's experiment. And then... Let's raise this up a little bit. The advantage of digital art. I don't have to redraw the entire head just because it's like a millimeter off. There we go. I'm doing way too many like hands on hips poses today. Well, one of them has swoop bangs. Must be Ed. Yeah, I'll get to Ed's bangs. I'm pretty sure I'll have his bangs pretty accurate when I get to those. Eh. Oh, and then, here's the part I'm definitely gonna need a reference for. Each of them has a beauty mark under their eye, but it's on the opposite side for each one. So I'm just gonna like guess which side, and then I'll have a reference later. I'll make sure I do it accurate later. But yeah, they each have a beauty mark on their face and then on opposite sides, which is like such... Dude, adding a beauty mark to a character's face is so cute. More people should do it. Let's see. Ed. Make them link elbows and plant them on their hips to make them super cheesy. That's exactly what I was gonna do, actually. So I'm drawing them separate, and then I'll like use my digital art powers to put them together. Okay, so Ed. Lol. I like it cheesy. Art magic. Okay, this is sketch. 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 Okay. Let's work on his face a bit. So this is Ed. I think he's also got a pointy nose. I mean, I assume they have pointy noses. I'll find out later. And then they have pointy chins, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I made Emera way hotter. I gotta get better. Okay, so Ed's hair is like this, I think. I think I got that right. Something like that. Something like that. Definitely gotta fix his eyes though. I'm gonna start over with those. It's just a sketch. I don't need to be picky. Oh no. Oh, already that looks way better. Mischief twins, mischief twins. Mischief twins are really hot. There we go. Little beauty mark under his eye. There we go. Go over here, and then we shrink the head so it matches. I think I made his bangs just way too poofy. I think that's the problem here. But his hair is poofy. I know this, but... There we go. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay. And I'm almost done with these two, and I'll leave it up in the air to you guys. Do you feel like, even still, are there any really good characters I am missing that I should draw? Yeah. Steve? Just Steve again. Steve. I can imagine though. I can imagine being at a con and then somebody looking at my buttons and then them being like, "Oh my gosh, is that Steve?" Yeah, Steve. I think you should call it a night, to be honest. Yeah, I know. I'm just being like, in case there's something or somebody really, really important I am woefully ignoring and not drawing today, then I need to make sure I get that in. But if we feel like we got all the really important characters, then yeah, I will finish up these two and call it a night. And that should be good. Come on. Mitten. Mitten. Pew, pew, pew. V and Luce's mom. I did consider drawing Camilla. I did consider that. I mean, Lord, we all know she's definitely going to get way more screen time in the next season, and I look forward to that because she is the master of chocolate. I'm just like, they made her so awesome. Maybe they'll probably be more important in season 3. Yeah, definitely. They're like, both of them are definitely going to get a lot more screen time. Just not sure at the moment. Let's tuck this over here. And tuck this over here. Ah, okay, just start over with this chunk. There we go. Oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, thank you! I was literally thinking that character all day, and I was like, I'll get to that character last, and then forgot. Thank you so hecking much. I would be remiss if I neglected to draw the collector. Okay, I'm gonna make a new New layer just for collector, so I absolutely do not forget. There we go. That would drive me nuts. That would drive me so mad if I forgot that one, because I'm like, I already considered drawing the collector. How dare I forget to draw them? Oh yeah, that one guy. And then I was on VR chat the other day looking for Owl House related world/avatars, and of course most people don't have their cloning on, so I wasn't able to get it. But at least I could like I can at least click on people and be like, show avatar author, and see what worlds the avatar author has made, and then maybe hunt down avatars that way. But anyway, I was in an Owl House world, and there was somebody dressed at like wearing an avatar of the collector, and it was an actual child, and I'm like, oh. So if you want to know what it would be like to hang out with the collector, just go on VR chat for a few minutes in a public lobby. It's kind of like that. Hi. Also, if you were a parent, you were objectively bad if you let your child be on VR. So say I held a low rule. Especially VR chat. Holy crap, that is the Wild West. Like, imagine 4chan. I mean, don't imagine 4chan, but like, yeah, imagine, you know? Just, it's bad. It's really bad. Kids shouldn't absolutely 110% not be on there. That's wildly irresponsible. Uh-huh. Yeah, VR chat is, not for children. Like, already internet stuff is not for people under the age of 13, and I would say VR chat, I would like you to at least be 15. I would be more comfortable if you were at least 15 before using VR chat. Just draw collector real quick, lol. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm basically done with Ed and M here. I keep wanting to say like M&Ms, just delicious M&Ms. There we go. Okay. N&M, collector. Okay. Collector is a character that exists and is thoroughly terrifying. I'm like, do you know how genius it is to make a chaos god a child? Like, dude. Like, legit significantly less predictable of a character. Okay, just really quick. Just really quick. Boy in big space pajamas, which I'm very jealous of. I want those pajamas. Yeah, don't... Yeah. You know that thing that is responsible to tell kids of like, don't talk to people you don't know? If they're on the internet, they're constantly talking to people they don't know. Even if those people are their age. Even if they're not some creeper pretending to be their age, even if it's somebody who's legitimately their age, don't do it. It's called Don't You Do It. Deranged, omnipotent children are the scariest antagonists. Yeah, I was definitely not seeing that coming. Like, I mean, by the first reveal of like a character like this existing in this universe, I'm like, oh, of course, Owl House couldn't go very long without some kind of chaos deity, right? Because we all know everyone loves Bill Cipher because he's Tumblr's sexy man material, that's for sure. He didn't win, but he's still deep in my heart. Golly, what does his hair look like? Yeah, I'm drawing him from memory. Does this look like the face of Mercy? Oh gosh. Oh gosh, okay. Uh... na, na, na. Okay, so there's my really quick collector. Okay. I think now I have everybody important accounted for. Yeah, I think we're good. I think that's everything. How long have I been streaming? Fitting music. Oh gosh, yeah, it's I'm drawing a blank. Battle Block Theater. There's a game I would love to like finish someday, so I could probably play it on stream. Yeah, I've been going just over 3 hours, and I have drawn all my characters. So here's Collector, Ed and M, Darius, Hunter with not enough hearts. Let's be real. Rain Whispers, Emperor Bellows, Lilith with Bill Cipher with a gun, Hootie, Amity, Gus, Willow, King, Ida, and Luce. There we go. Again, Luce is my best drawing so far. She was the first one, and she already looks the best and most on model, I can tell. But thank you so much for showing up, you guys. I hope you have a lovely evening. I'm gonna look at my... Just checking what kind of things I could use right now. Oh, this is all good. This is all good. Brought to you by the collector. There we go. Awesome. Yay! Hopefully I'll have additional emotes available next time. I have a couple of emotes that I'm waiting for pending approval from Twitch. They take way too long, but we should have actually another animated emote available for you guys real soon. I'm glad I have an extra slot. It looks like I have an extra slot, which is really exciting. So I will see you guys next time, next Monday. Let's go to this window here, and I'm going to look for somebody to raid. Let's take a look. Who is available? Ooh, we have a good one available. This person I met at the mall fairly recently who said they were a VTuber, and then I followed them promptly. So I'm gonna raid them. Raid. I gotta spell their name now. Nia. Nay, I already spelled that wrong.
Real quick note.
Yeah.
This is one reason why we can't overfill the dish.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
I think it was more me than you. But,
Okay.
You know.
We have a sad, broken couple here. Vicky making connections. Yeah. Panthania _ silver. If I can't type. Silver wood. Wood? Excuse me. Type, please. Silverwood. Okay, I have to triple check that I spelled that right. Than _ silverwood. Okay, there we go. This channel is intended for mature audiences. Yes, so for the millionth time, every time I raid, like, it's constantly like, it always says that. I'm the weird one who has the PG channel, so if I'm raiding and you're not sure about, like, oh, I don't want to be viewing, like a mature channel or whatever where they might say naughty words all the time, that's most people on Twitch. I'm the weirdo. For the record, I am the weirdo who chooses not to say naughty words on my channel. But anyway, this channel is intended for mature audiences, so you guys can leave if you want. But anyway, so I'm going to be rating my friend, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for coming. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.